in making Nebraska home. Learn how we help conserve our state's natural resources at outdoornebraska.org.
Paid for by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street. Happy Hour.
Husker softball in all preseason polls. In the 4 polls, 13th, 15th, 17th, and 18th. USA Softball is part of that. Softball America is one of them as well. D1 Softball. Top 20 as a team, and they have at least 2 players in every top 50, top 100 poll, with Jordy Ball being anywhere from second. Honestly, I think third was her lowest ranking in some of those. And Billy Andrews. Usually it's those 2. There was one that had Kate Kaneda.
Weekdays from 1 to 2 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Brad with Midwest Bank, proudly serving our Nebraska communities for over 70 years. We're a community bank, making local decisions, supporting local organizations, and helping local businesses and farms succeed. We are dedicated to serving our clients and helping them meet their financial needs with sound, innovative banking solutions. From an array of checking and deposit accounts, cash management services, to small business, real estate, and ag lending. We're here for you, your community, your bank, Midwest Bank. Find out more at midwestbank.com. Member FDIC.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome in to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
Welcome to the Get Your Happy On Hour. I'm your host, Ricky C. Simmons. This is 93.7 The Ticket. You know, I just want to say, before I get started, big shout out to the Husker basketball team for the W. Another big shout out to Matt Warner and the Empire Fence team in Waverly, Nebraska. Man, good people. If you ever want to work with good people, holler at Matt Warner and Empire Fencing. You know, I got to share something with you that's been on my mind all week, and that is the power of positive thinking. I choose to call it PMA, positive mental attitude. It's not easy to do. Actually, it's very hard to do, but the benefits is worth it. And what do I mean by PMA? I'll give you an example. When you see somebody that's having a bad day, if they're not willing to take a look at it, that's cool. Give them space and time. They'll figure it out. But if someone's having a bad day and you can help them by just being a good listener, or maybe making some comments, or positive comments, I should say, to help them refocus, take that extra time to do that. You just never know what someone right next to you is going through. Sometimes people mask it really well. You know, I just think it's important that as a society we become better people, because I just think good people lead to more good people, because I think negativity is already getting way too much attention. So positive mental attitude, that's how I want to start the show. And I'll be honest with you, I got a guest tonight, and I really, really think you guys are going to enjoy hearing about him. He's a good person, and he's like a brother to me. And I just want to welcome him to the show. We have Coach Bob Mojo. Coach Mojo.
How you doing, Ricky?
Doing great, young man. I just want to say thank you and welcome to the show. How you been?
I've been good, man. I appreciate you asking me to come on, and I you know, like I told you earlier, I was talking to somebody, told them I was going to be on the show, and they were like, "What are you guys going to talk about?" And I'm like, "Man, I got no idea," because when me and Ricky get together and we talk, There's going to be some serious stuff. Then there's going to be a lot of laughter probably.
Absolutely.
And I'm just, I'm thankful that you asked me to come on, and I'm excited about it, and been talking about it since you asked me, and I'm probably wearing people out, telling them about it.
Well, for all the people that are friends of Coach Mojo, that's what I call him, Coach Mojo. Hey, welcome to the show, and I promise you, we will laugh.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we're gonna laugh. That's just part of my show. I think laughter is really good medicine, and that's a personal thing with me. I just think that every second that I spend laughing is 1 second that I don't have to be worrying or stressing. So, Coach Mojo,
yes, sir.
tell me what's going on with you, man. How you feeling?
Yeah, you know what? I'm doing really well. Doing well. Looking for. I started with it. I'm looking for a job. Our staff here, Southwestern Oklahoma State, we were released.
Okay.
And so been going in. I'm in the library right now, where I go into every day, trying to keep as busy as office hours, usual office hours as possible, and just trying to stay on track with time management and getting resumes out and calling people and talking to people. But here's one thing I know: I'll be where I'm supposed to be.
Exactly.
Big guy upstairs. Big guy upstairs is going to tell me where I need to be.
Exactly.
And so it's in his hands. And so I just do what I think he wants me to do every single day. And eventually the right job. I'd rather take the right job than just take a job.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, because you're the ones got to live with it.
Right.
Everybody's got advice until they have to actually do the work.
Yeah. That's Saturdays usually. Everybody knows the right call.
Yeah.
Everybody knows the right call.
All the fans in the stands got all the answers.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, well, after the fact.
Coach, I got to start off with, I want to take the audience and my viewers and listeners, I want to take them all back to, see me, I know who Coach Mojo is, but a lot of the people listening don't. So we're going to go back. Where is home for you?
I grew up in Omaha, Nebraska. I went to
Millard.
Yep.
Shout out to Omaha. You went to Millard?
Yeah, say it again. Yep, Millard, back when it was Millard. We were the Millard Indians.
Okay.
Yeah, the Millard Indians. I graduated in 1979.
What?
Okay. Yeah, I'm old.
No, man, you're not old. You just getting started, because, hey, that's the way I feel, and I graduated in 1979. So
tell my ankles, knees, and hips that, right?
Now, Coach, you say you was in Millard. Now, what did you do after high school?
Actually, I went to the University of Nebraska for a year, and then I transferred and played football and ran track at Kansas State.
Oh, okay. You're a Wildcat?
Wildcat. Yeah, okay. Wildcat.
Okay, K-State.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, so now, when you was there at K-State, what was that experience like? You
know what? I met some of the best people I could possibly meet. Just tremendous people, and some I'm still in contact with today. Our head coach was a guy by the name of Jim Dickey, Coach Dickey. And actually, Coach Osborne at Nebraska was trying to get Coach Dickey to be his defensive coordinator at one time, but Coach Dickey took the K-State head job instead. Okay. And because Coach Dickey was down at University of North Carolina before that, and he had this. I don't know if you've ever heard of this guy that played for him, Lawrence Taylor.
Lawrence Taylor, I think that guy, I think he was number 56 for the Giants, if I remember.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, he coached, and he would tell stories about Lawrence Taylor, every once in a while, stuff like that. But I had a great experience. Like I said, some people I'm still in contact with today. It was a great experience. And
so now you was at K-State for how long?
I played 80 through 83.
Okay. Well, we came at the same time. Okay.
Yeah, exact same time. I was the worst receiver in the history of the Big 8 Conference. Ricky, listen to me now. This is serious now. I had dents on my helmet from the ball hitting it. That's how bad I was.
So you weren't catching it with your hands. You was catching it with your helmet.
My face mask stuff was going off. Oh, yeah. But I'll tell you, it was a great experience. I was on the 1982 was the first bowl game that K-State ever had. I was a member of that team, and we got beat by Wisconsin 14-6. And And so, like I said, it was a great experience with really good people.
Okay, well, now, Coach, now after K-State, what was the next move for you?
Okay, what I did, I had so much fun at K-State. My eligibility was all up, but I still hadn't graduated yet. So I went back to Omaha and finished up at Nebraska Omaha and student coach there for Sandy Buddha.
Oh, okay, you went to UNO.
Yeah, finished up. That's where I got my bachelor's. Ended up getting my bachelor's from, and Coach Buddha he gave me an opportunity to coach. And like I told him, I said, I'll carry every bag you got in this program. I don't care. You don't have to pay me.
Just one opportunity.
And you know what? He took me on the not pay me part too. No, he gave me an opportunity, and it was a tremendous learning experience. And one thing about Coach Buddha, Sandy Buddha, Coach Buddha is, in 39 years, he probably has been the best guy, the best coach of knowing what to say and when to say it.
Mm-hmm.
He just had that knack of working with people where they were, and he always, like I said, he just always had that knack of saying the right thing. He just always knew. Like sometimes you speak in front of a group, and sometimes you speak in high pressure, intense situations, and sometimes you say something, and about 10 minutes after it's over, you go, "Man, I wish I'd have said that."
Oh yeah,
but
right.
He just had that knack of delivering the message that needed to be delivered.
Now you was with UNO staff. How long did you stay there, especially under the non-paid staff?
Oh man, I'll tell you, talk about broke. Oof. I was there 2 years, and then I did my GA out at Kearney State, which is now Nebraska Kearney, for a guy named Claire Boroff.
Mm-hmm.
Tremendous man, organized beyond belief. And then after that, buddy, I was there too and got my master's. Actually got my master's in a year and a half, except for one class. And so I just stayed in that summer and got it. And it was advanced exercise physiology.
Okay.
And I had a job if I passed that class, if I got a B, if I got that B. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, you talk about So I got it, and I went down to a place called Trinity Valley down in Athens, Texas, as offensive coordinator.
That was like a junior college, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, TVCC. Yeah, shout out to the Valley Boys. Yeah.
But Coach Mojo, what really what piqued your interest about coaching? I mean, because that's a tough field to get into, because just like you were speaking about earlier, people move around a lot. So
right.
what drew you to coaching?
When I was 10 years old, 10 years old, that's pretty young. When they would go around the classroom and say, what do you want to be when you grow up? And so I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a policeman. I want to be this. I want to do that. They'd get to me. They'd say, Bob, what do you want to be? So I want to be a football coach.
Huh.
And they're like, what? Why would you do that? Right? What are you doing? But just something I'd always wanted to do. And by then I'd already started playing Little League football. And I just loved it. I loved the competition of it. I loved the plays, the strategy of it. And at my mom and dad's house, they still, I think to this day, they still have like binders of me drawing plays when I was 10, 11, 12 years old.
So
yeah.
You knew at that age that's what you wanted to do.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Do you remember those electric football games?
Yeah, the one that just vibrated.
They vibrated around, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And so there was one that just had a solid base, right? Then a more expensive one that had like that little base you could twist, and you could have guys pull and move and do different things.
Right.
I'm 10, 11 years old, and I'm playing that football game against myself, and I'm trapping people and running plays and running toss and pulling people. And I'm going, hey, this is pretty cool stuff. But yeah.
So
and then I'll tell you what really cemented it is when I was in high school. My high school track coach, Harry Meeker. Harry Meeker was just one of the most outstanding men I'd ever met. And he was a tough old guy. He was old school.
Right.
I hung on every word he said. And he's the one that got you to believe in yourself. He believed in you before you potentially even believed in yourself.
Yeah, I got you.
And you know, he's the guy that saw something good in everybody. You know, something good in everybody. And you know, he told me one time that he said, Bob, you know, Bob, if you believed in you as much as I believed in you and believe in you, you're gonna be pretty good. And you know, that next meet, man, my times dropped, and it wasn't because of the training. It was because Coach Meeker believed in me.
Yes, I can
You know,
relate.
he believed in me. So he believed in me before I believed in myself. And so that just really cemented it, the change he made in my life and the difference he made in my life. Yeah.
Well, you know, I mean, before I go any further, you've been coaching, what, for 30 plus years?
39.
39 years. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, let's kind of go back for a minute. When you first started, you know, coaching athletes was a lot different than coaching athletes today. I mean,
You know what? Kind of yes and kind of no.
why do you say that? Why do you say that?
Well, back when we were playing, you know, you did what the coach told you.
Right.
I mean, that's just what you did. You run over there and do that. Well, okay, you didn't know why. You wondered why. You know, you still wonder, well, why does coach want me to go do that?
Yeah, but you wouldn't say that.
Oh, no, there ain't no way you were going to say it. And so today, you know, kids want to. The only difference is now is kids, they're going to ask you why. And so you know, you better be able to explain it. You can't get away with because I told you so.
Yeah, well, they got away with it with us.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, that was a long time ago. You know, I think today the big difference. I don't think kids are all that different. I really, really don't, Ricky. You know, we would get away with as much as people would let us get away with.
Correct.
You know, but today I think parenting has changed. I think too many kids are having kids. Yeah, too many people want to be their kids' friends instead of their parents.
Right.
And I think that's where a big downfall and shift is. So you did what you got away with, what you could get away with.
Correct.
Well, kids are no different today. They're going to get away with what you allow them to get away with. But, you know, discipline. I think the disciplining of the kids is different now than what it was. And like I said, it's not much of wanting to be, you know, you don't want to be your kids' friends. You have until birth, until really, I think the studies show like till 10 years old to teach them. Okay, bam, then it's refining and going. And you need to have them ready to leave and go out into a world and be able to survive and battle in a world and compete in a world where everything's about competition. And the hard part, you know, the hard part about having kids is watching them struggle and fail.
Yeah, I can
watching them struggle and fail. But you know what? As much as it hurts to watch, they have to go through that so that they know how to stand up after they've been knocked down, after things haven't gone their way, they haven't gotten what they wanted, and go, okay, you know, maybe I just need to work harder.
Yeah.
As opposed, it was the coach's fault. It was this kid's fault. It was that kid's fault. You know, maybe you just need to work harder.
Basically, it's kind of, if I'm understanding you correctly, it's basically learn how to deal with adversity.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? It's okay to fail. It really is. It's after you fail, how do you come back from it?
Right.
How do you come back? Do you not make the same mistake? Do you, hey, I'm just going to work harder.
Right. Well, hey, Coach, stop right there. We're gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna come right back with Coach Mojo on 93.7 The Ticket to get you happy on hour. We'll be right back.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock. A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
If your home heating system is making strange noises or just doesn't work like it should, call your friends at Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Sign up for Bryant's exclusive ESP service protection plan. You'll get twice annual complete and thorough service on all brands, and you'll never pay overtime charges on evenings, weekends, or holidays. Schedule your heating check today and ask about Bryant's ESP plan to save money. Call 467-1111 or go to BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Ironhide Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironhideconstruction.com, where they're committed to you every step of the way.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through March 5th is fresh cut chuck roast for just $5.99 per pound and 29% off all soap and skincare products. And don't forget about lunch on Fired Up Friday from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. Locations at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln, or at 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric is the call I make when I have a need for plumbing services. Whether it's for my home or office, if I need a repair to a water heater, softener, or even my garbage disposal, I know I can count on Action to help. In one simple call, their amazing customer service team promptly schedules a service call, often getting to my needs within a day. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Imagine a healthier, more active, physically fit version of yourself. If you've been putting off getting into shape, now is the time with the Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping 10-Week Challenge. Our program combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching to help you achieve your fitness goals. And ticket listeners, you can get $150 off the enrollment fee. The next challenge begins on March 23rd. You can get all the info at fxblincoln.com. Don't wait any longer. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
Back to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
We're back. Well, hey, I got a quick question before I get back to my guest. Hey, Ben, is anybody tuned in checking out the show, man?
Yeah, we got Brett, Roberta, Odious, and Ken all messaging on the streams.
All right. Big shout out to everybody. I appreciate the love.
And then on the text line, Chris Raff said, we need a 40 time out of Bob. Who was faster, Bob or Ricky?
That was Chris. Hey, that's Chris Klein, right?
What'd you call
that's I called him. Buddy, on the way here, I called him and said, I'm going to be on Ricky's show.
Whoa. What did you call him? You called him Chris what?
Chris Klein.
Chris Klein.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna let you answer that question, Coach.
No ifs, no ands, no buts. If me and Ricky now maybe today. I've been working out. Now, Ricky. You can't tell. I get it, but back in the day, Ricky C. Simmons probably would have been about a little bit in front of me. The fastest 40 I ever ran was 4.47.
Oh yeah, well, you was running though. You was running. That's running. But see, Coach, here the thing is, if somebody see me running today, y'all run too. Because there's a problem.
I know it. I run for one reason. Someone or something is chasing me.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a tragedy happening somewhere if I'm running.
And you know, if something's chasing you, there's people, you just have to be faster than one.
That's right. Yep. Because by the time they get through with that one, I'm a long way down the road. A big shout out to Roberta. You know, thank you for being on the show last week. That was very, very touching story, and I just want you to know that is very much appreciated all the way down in Vicksburg, Mississippi, and everybody that tunes in, man. I don't know. I'm just so grateful for that because I know people can do other things other than listen or watch the show. So thank y'all. Don't ever think I take that for granted. Now, Coach, you was telling me something about coaching with the difference with the kids
right
today versus in the past. And I agree with the parenting statement you were referring to. The parenting is different. You know, I can speak for myself. My parents, they weren't trying to be my friend.
No.
You know, they had these rules. Now, you're right. I got away with what I could get away with. But boy, sometimes there was consequences for breaking their rules. And I think today, you know, in my personal opinion, I think a lot of times, you know, the parents are more into being their kids' friend. That's just.
Did you ever get the belt?
Oh man, belt switches. The worst part was when I had to go get my own switch. Man, you know
how about this? How about this? Go get the belt. So you go get the one that was the softest, and the smallest.
Yeah.
And then you'd go back in. That ain't the one I want. You know the one I want. But then you go again. You go grab the belt. You come back, right? You come back and you get the belt. And then the worst part of it, snap. When they snapped it, made that loud snapping noise.
Yeah.
That was worse than any spanking you ever got. Just the noise. It was like, oh my God.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you one thing. My mother was the one that was issuing out the discipline. And she was the nicest lady. Rest in peace, Mom, but she was the nicest lady, to talk to. She had this really soft voice and, you know, never really raised her voice. But man, she could issue out some, we called it discipline. I think they call it child abuse now, but
I know it.
She would set me on fire. And the whole time, you know, I'm looking at her and she's just, you know, like I hate to do this. I'm like, I can't really tell, Mom, you know.
Or this is going to hurt me a lot worse. This is going to hurt me a lot worse than it's going to hurt you. Why do it?
I was like, how could it be worse for you? And you're the one that's doing it to me. But no, Coach, I will say this though, you know, I just want to give you your props, man. 39 years in the field. That's, hats off to you for that. Because I know, tell us some of the places that you've coached. Because you've been in 39 years. I'm sure you've moved around a lot.
Let's go this way. You're going to run out of fingers and toes. Let's go that way. I started out at UNO as a student assistant. Went to Kearney State College, now at the University of Nebraska. Kearney as a GA. Trinity Valley, I was there twice down in Athens, Texas. Rocky Mountain College in Billings, Montana. I was assistant at Kansas Wesleyan, assistant at Wayne State College. I was head coach at Dodge City Community College, Oklahoma Panhandle State, where I coached Brandon, and head coach of the Black.
We're going to talk more about Brandon in a little bit. But go ahead.
Talk about being here a little bit. Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So that's Stetson University down in DeLand, Florida. So actually, I think I've been in Southwestern Oklahoma State University. So I think I've been at 13 in each place. In every place you go, you learn something.
Mm-hmm.
You learn something about how to run a program, about kids, or about yourself.
Right.
So everything is a learning experience. And the thing is not every, I think there's a big misconception that all programs are the same, that everybody has the same this, the same that, and the same this. That's not true. All coaching jobs are hard. They really are. It's a hard profession. My son-in-law's dad, over Thanksgiving, we went down to Scottsdale, Arizona, and we were talking. He says, "Well, how'd the season go?" I said, "Well, we went 0-11. Our staff got released." And he looked at me. He goes, "My God, the coaching profession is so brutal."
Yes, it is.
It's brutal. And, I never had really thought of it that way, but in a way it is, because sometimes you're at the whim of people who have no idea what they're talking about, judging you.
Correct.
Take this year, for example, we played games 3 through 11 with our 4th, 5th, and 6th team quarterbacks.
Wow.
Now, I don't know many places that you're going to win if you use 4, 5, and 6 for 9 games. And, and then you say, well, he's just using that as an excuse. Well, if 4, 5, and 6 were as good as 1, 2, and 3, they'd be 1, 2, and 3.
Correct.
And so it's hard, and there were different abilities. And so, we went from 4 wides and throwing the ball around to, 2 tight ends and trying to run the ball and do that kind of stuff. But, each place is a learning experience. I don't think I work for a living. And I know that sounds funny, because I'm the guy that'll put 16 and 18 hours in a day and not think twice about it, because I love what I do. And, advice I always give people is, find something that you love to do, legal, that you love to do, and find a way to make money at it. That way you have a job, but you don't work.
Yes.
To me, work would be something that you don't like. It's the grind.
Yeah, it's something you got to do.
Got to do. For 39 years, I've never set an alarm clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Now, my wife will set one on her side, but as far as for me getting up, I don't set an alarm, because I can't wait to get up and get going and get into, because one of my highlights of the day is seeing the players.
Yes.
Seeing the players and being around them and being around the other coaches. And, the hard part, probably the hardest thing of coaching is time away from family. But when you're talking about with programming and stuff like that, is getting everyone to give their individuality up for the welfare of a team. Correct. That's the hardest struggle. And you know what, too? Everyone thinks it's the kids doing it. The coaching staff has to do it first.
Yeah, you got to lead by example.
Yeah, in the coaching staff and the coaching rooms, there can't be egos in there. Everybody has ego. I get it. But it can't be about you and what you are doing. It's got to be about us and we and how are we performing? What are we doing to make us better?
Correct.
And that's the hardest thing of when I was head coach out at Panhandle State, is we had to carry 130 guys on our roster. And so the hardest part of that was trying to get 130 kids that are 17 to 22 years old to drop their personal agendas for the welfare of the team. And it was also hard to do that within the 7 to 8 guys we had on our coaching staff, of getting everyone of going, listen, it doesn't matter how we achieve it. It's just that we achieve it.
Correct.
So that was the hard part. But, back to, not all jobs are the same. Not all jobs are the same. Some are in great locations. Some have a lot of money. Some have a ton of scholarship money. Some have all the bells and whistles. It's like Alabama has problems. Ohio State has some problems. Nebraska has problems. Their problems amongst each other, some are the same problems, but some are different due to location, due to whatever, of like the job out at Panhandle. we didn't have this. We had problems, but we didn't have the same problems as Nebraska. We didn't have the
Yeah.
same types of problems as Ohio State and stuff like that. So, you know, there's not an easy job. There's not an easy job. I think a lot of people think that there are easier jobs, and there's not.
Well, Coach, I gotta ask you about my homeboy, Brandon Stevens.
I'll tell you what.
I had the pleasure of having him be a part of my documentary, and
right.
Just a great young man. I'm very proud of him, and I have to give a shout out to his mother too, because his mom,
Bonnie,
I mean, she
awesome.
Bonnie, she follows him, and she has followed him ever since the beginning. I mean, Little League, before Little League. I mean, she didn't miss much of anything, and she's had to battle breast cancer twice.
Right.
You know, and she's
awesome lady. Awesome lady.
So big shout out to Bonnie Brooks, man. I'm proud of you, and I'm proud of your son. I mean, you guys are, man, y'all are special. And I just want y'all to know that.
Brandon is one of the best young men I've ever met in 39 years. He's one of the top guys. And I'm not saying as a player, but he's a darn good player. But I'm talking as a person.
Yes.
He is one of the best young men I've ever had a chance to come in contact with.
And that's quite an accomplishment, compliment, because you have been around a lot of players.
A lot of young men. And you know what's funny is that when one of our coaches brought his video to me, I said, tell me about the kid. And he said, he's a dual threat quarterback, Greenville, Texas. And man, what's his name? Brandon Stevens. I'm like, okay, boom, boom, let's kick it on. I watch about 10 plays. I said, turn it off. And he goes, why?
Turn it off, Coach.
I said, we'll never get that kid. I said, there's no way that kid, that we will be able to recruit that kid and get him here. There is no way. There is no, there's no way, guys. And so then we get an argument in the staff room. And I'm just like, guys, I'm telling you, we're never going to touch that guy. And I said, hold on a second. I go, how tall is he? I go, because if he's 6'2", we just wasted time because we won't touch him. I go, is he 6 foot? And he goes, no. And I go, okay, we can get him. I said, if that kid was 6'2", it's over. It ain't happening.
Yeah, I always felt like he was a D1 kid that got looked over. That was my personal opinion.
You know, if like I said, if he'd have been taller, no problem. Because he throws, and here's the deal, everyone thinks he's just a running quarterback. He throws the ball a lot better than people think he does.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
Matter of fact, when I switched here to southwestern Oklahoma, I wanted to ask him to come with me. I really, really did. I didn't know if it was legal or not, so I didn't do it. And he was so entrenched there that he was going to be the guy, and he's going to be an All-American. He's going to do some great things there. But he's a tremendous guy, tremendous leader.
Yeah, here's the thing that got me about him when he first came in as a freshman. You know, and I guess he didn't get much playing time the first couple of games, and then when he finally got in there, you couldn't get him out, and he ended up being freshman of the year.
Yeah, okay. To give you a little back on that one, backstory on that one. We're sitting there and we're talking, and we're going, okay, who we starting? And I think we had a returning starter, and I'm like, the best kid's the Stevens kid, and I go, he's going to end up starting for us, you know that. And well, yeah, coach, but we're going to go with the explorers. I said, okay, just know that I guarantee within a game or two that kid's going to be the starter, and we're never going to be able to get him out. Just so you know. So we knew it was just a matter of time because he had to get used to the system,
right?
Because the thing is, in high school, you may run the same plays. Hey, actually, you know what, Ricky? There's only so many different plays you can run. You know that, and I know that.
Yeah.
Anyone that knows anything about football, coach football, offense, defense, there's only so many different things you can do. A lot of it's the terminology.
Correct.
This is the terminology of him learning the terminology, and then you may teach something slightly different. You may teach something, your launch point as a quarterback. That's where you're throwing the ball from. It may be slightly different than what you did, in high school and stuff like that. And so it was just a matter of him getting the little bitty things in line. But you knew it was just a matter of time before B was going to take it over. And like you said, he ain't looked back since.
Well, I tell you, man, I was, I just want to thank you personally for believing in him. But hey, look, don't go anywhere. We're going to take one more break, and then we're going to come right back with Coach Mojo on 93.7 The Ticket to get you happy on hour. We'll be right back.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
Looking for a job that feels like family? Join Lincoln Industries, where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturing company with a passion for excellence and a commitment to their community. They have openings on all shifts at both the main plant and Air Park facilities, offering flexibility to fit your schedule. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there's a place for you there. At Lincoln Industries, they invest in their people's success, providing opportunities for growth and advancement. Apply now and become a part of something special at Lincoln Industries.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Your business runs like a well-oiled machine. It's important that your actual machines do too. Stern is here to make sure you don't have to worry about that. They provide solutions for heavy equipment and automotive fuels, lubricants, and equipment guard options. And with Stern's commitment to customer service for the past 40 years, you know you have a partner to help support your operations for years to come. Contact Roger at Stern Company by calling 1-800-477-2744 or visit them online at stern.co. Stern Company, where problems meet solvers.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through March 5th is fresh cut chuck roast for just $5.99 per pound and 29% off all soap and skincare products. And don't forget about lunch on Fired Up Friday from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. Locations at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln, or at 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Back to the Get Your Happy On Hour, featuring former Husker receiver Ricky Simmons.
And we're back. Hey, man, I've been getting some messages during the break. I saw where Bonnie Brooks said, "Hi, Coach Mojo." And let's see who else I got here. LG Cersei. What's up, teammate? I appreciate you tuning in, checking me out, man. That's what we do. Who else I got over here? I got somebody else. Can't find them right quick, but I'm going to find them. Well, anyways, in the meantime, I want to say this. Everybody that's tuned in, man, thank y'all. Please understand that it means more to me than you'll ever know. Coach Mojo, would you like to say something to B's mom? She says, "What's up, Coach Mojo?"
Miss Bonnie, how are you? Hope you're doing well. I miss seeing you at games. I tell you that. Just an outstanding lady. Loved my association with her and her son. Always had positive things to say and just always had a smile on her face. And I really appreciated that because, sometimes you see her after games and sometimes the games didn't turn out the way we wanted to, but she always had a smile and a kind word. And I really appreciated that. She's just an outstanding lady.
Yeah, well, I have to second that because all the adversity that I was talking about at the beginning of the show, how life throws adversity at you, I've actually watched her deal with adversity with a smile better than anybody I ever seen, including Ricky C. Simmons. So big shout out to you. And I got to give a shout out to Carla Walker, too. Thank you, Carla, for tuning in. That means a lot to me. I really do, man. I mean, it floats my boat when I look around and see these comments and people that are tuned in because you just never know who's listening. But the thing is, it's important that everybody understands that this show is just based on people feeling good and laughing and joking. That's what I'm about. I feel like life has already got the other stuff, especially the negative, covered. They don't need any help. So for this 1 hour, we're going to put everything, we're going to hit the pause button. Excuse me. We're going to hit the pause button on all the negativity and just have some fun for an hour. Now, Coach Mojo, I got to ask you this.
Okay.
You said Brandon was one of your favorite players that you've, out of 39 years. Is there, if I understood correctly, you had made the comment too that if you could have took him with you, you think you guys still have a job. Is that right?
I think we would. I think we would just because he made me look a lot better. He's a dual threat. Yeah, he's a dual threat kid, and we would have done some different things with him behind the center and stuff like that. It would have been more quarterback oriented run game. Well, and here's the deal though. I don't want to take anything away from the kids that were here that did play for me. Right. Yeah, Scotty Pfeiffer is going to be I think a tremendous quarterback here. He started our first two games, and in our second game against Arkansas Monticello, he broke his collarbone in 3 places.
Wow! And
another kid, actually a kid that we'd really figured in 3 being in the mix early. It was going to come down to a 3 mix, and one ended up ineligible. One ended up hurting his elbow, and he's had 2 surgeries since then. Then Scotty went down the second game of the year. So then, all of a sudden you're playing guys that you really hadn't planned on playing. And we moved a DB over. I was a junior DB and moved him over during the season. I had 1 week to try to get him ready to play college football. And he did a great job of doing everything he possibly could. But yeah, Brandon would have helped us. I think he would have.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one thing I can say about Brandon is for a quarterback, he's a real strong kid too. A lot stronger.
Yeah, he's strong. He was real strong in the weight room. And I'll tell you, he surprised me how strong he was in the weight room.
Yeah, well, he really surprised a lot of people because I seen him run over some people too. So they think because he's a quarterback, you know, he's not physical, but he's a very.
No, he ain't soft. Yeah, he ain't soft now.
No.
He ain't soft.
Nothing soft about B, man. So
no. You know, we can talk about his ability for a long, long time, things he can do on the field and all that stuff. But it's just the character young man that he is the thing that you really wanted. And you know, because like one of the main cores of the programs that the three that I ran as a head coach was everything that I wanted a kid walk out of the program a better young man than the day he walked in.
Yeah.
You know, that was so vital to me. And kids are at different, I call them kids, you know.
Yeah. Well,
young men. You know, and a lot of them are at different stages and different places in their life, and you have to be able to meet them and where they are and hopefully bring them along. And, you know, some are real defiant, and then eventually they end up separating themselves from your program. But that was vitally important, that a kid walked out a better young man than the day he walked in. And so, you know, that was the thing of you had to deliver tough love sometimes that, you know what, you really didn't want to, but you knew you had to for the welfare of that young man later on in life. Because you learn life lessons through sports that you don't learn anyplace else. You know, you can't learn them anyplace else. And so that was vitally important that young men walked out good young men, better than the day they walked in.
Well, Coach, I got to also thank you for the opportunity that you gave me to come down and speak to the team. That I'll never forget that. And also let me stand on the sideline and watch the game. That was very special to me, and I'll never forget that. So I just want to say thank you publicly. I appreciate
that. I appreciate that. Well, you know the thing, because we had talked about you coming and talking for a while, and then you came and talked, and you made a big impact on our guys, because as a coach you stand up in front of them every single day,
right?
And you say the same thing. Now, what you do, you try to have 4 or 5 different ways of saying the same thing. Okay, so you hit them from different angles. They don't realize it's happening, but you're trying to do that. But the thing, when you came in, you're like, okay, here's the deal for you guys that want to play in the NFL. This guy's done it.
Right.
This guy hasn't paid to play like you're playing to pay because you're paying to go to school. Hey, this guy cashed USFL checks. This guy cashed NFL checks.
Right.
You were what they wanted to aspire to be.
Well, I just I can't think
you had
of
instant credit. Yeah, you had instant credibility right then.
Yeah,
and
I really like that though, Coach. I mean, I like that opportunity because these kids, man, they're our future, you know?
Oh my gosh, yeah. And I don't think they realize it. I don't think they realize that they are.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think a lot of kids understand that there's so much more than football player. Football's not who you are. It's something that you do.
Right.
You know, and the thing I always worry about, there's some kids that their whole identity and thought process is football.
Mm-hmm.
At some time, well, Ricky, I mean, you know, and I know, and all those old guys we know, that someday it's over.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't matter. And you're going to walk out and people are going to want to know you. They're not going to care how many touchdowns you had, how many receptions, how many fumble recovers, how many tackles. It's, do you have the background to do the job that you're trying to get?
Yeah. Well,
you know,
Coach,
football is something that you do.
Coach, I gotta ask you one last question because we're getting ready to wrap this up. But one quick question, give me a quick answer. How do you get your happy on?
I listen to Ricky C. Simmons.
Hey, but Coach, I want to thank you for being a guest tonight, man. And I want to, again, appreciate everybody that tuned in. Just remember, man, I always wrap my shows up the same way. Every day you blessed to say it's just another day in paradise. And no matter what, you got to get your happy on. Go! Thank y'all. I'll see y'all next Sunday.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool